Roger in Lillehammer, Norway. I think isn't that Lillehammer? Isn't that where they did the Olympics? Sounds cold, actually. Hey, Paul, I watch as many of your videos as possible. I thought he was going to say as I can stand. Very interesting. Why, thank you, sir. I have a preamp with an external power supply, and the question is, are there any advantages to that, like less noise, cleaner signal in and out? And by the way, the preamp sounds great. Thank you. Yes, there are certainly advantages to having an external power supply, though not a great number. So we were perhaps the first company to ever make an external power supply, and I'll explain to you why we did that. This was 40 years ago, 45 years ago. So Stan, the S of PS Audio, and I, but mostly Stan, discovered along the way that the bigger the power transformer, the better, more full the sound was on anything that we built. Preamps, phono preamps, whatever it was. The bigger the transformer, the better the sound. And we were making preamps and phono preamps in relatively small boxes. And we thought, how are we going to get a big transformer into a small box? Well, you're not, because you can't fit something big into something small. So let's make a separate box, and we'll call it an external power supply. And we sold that as an add-on. So when you bought your phono preamplifier or your PS Audio preamplifier, there were no DACs back then. This was a long time ago. You bought it with a medium-sized transformer, about as much as we could afford to give you for that price within that box. And then on the on the back we had a connector. Excuse me. And that connector allowed you to buy an external box with a big transformer. We called it the high current power supply, the HCPS. And we had a number of variations, big ones, middle ones, little ones, and you could buy that as an add-on and click it in. Now, part of your question was noise. Yes, absolutely. Transformers radiate noise, magnetic fields that can often cause hum inside of a preamplifier or whatever you have. So as an engineer, you need to be careful to keep those away. Now, we currently don't offer any external power supplies because we've figured out ways to make the chassis bigger, get the proper size transformer in there, but it's not out of the question. We did it for years and years. But anyway, that's why we would do an external power supply, and those are the advantages to having one. All right, thanks for the question.